I'm just gonna go ahead and slide him up here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Darth Vader and Anakin they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
So, and we've already talked about Anakin, so I mean, I don't feel like there's much more to talk about with Darth
and
Vader other than just like
how
classic
awesome.
villain. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just character design, amazing. The like you said, classic villain. Probably, maybe if not one of the best, if not the best movie villain of all time.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and then what's Krennic?
Yes,
Yep,
Krennic.
he's a pretty good villain, I will say. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely memorable.
I would put him at great, honestly.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, he's a lot of fun in Rogue One, and I love the kind of rivalry that he has with like Tarkin, where Tarkin just is like, no, I'm gonna take credit for this whole thing. Um, yeah, he's cool. I really enjoyed him.
yeah, pretty good villain.
All right,
This
DJ.
he's in the Last Jedi. I personally do not like this character. I mean, I do kind of like the way that he betrays them. And he's like, well, today it's you, or today it's them, tomorrow will be you, or he says something like that.
Yeah, I would honestly put him in meh.
But
Um,
yeah, not that I'm not
I,
that impressed
he's
with
just
him.
there to give Ryan Johnson voice. I think
Yeah,
where it is like the whole like arms dealing. Um, yeah, we supply weapons to both the Resistance and the First Order type thing. Just like I don't know. I think it was just one of those ways that Ryan Johnson could put in uh, a message of his own into the movie. So
yeah. But I cannot remember his name, but he's from the Solo movie, and
Dryden, is
yeah,
it Dryden Voss or something like that?
I actually really love him as a villain because he like presents himself as like really calm and nice, but then whenever you take him off, that's whenever he lashes out.
Hmm.
But I still wouldn't put him very high. I think good, you
Yeah,
know.
I was gonna
Um,
say good or maybe great.
yeah,
Um,
Paul
yeah,
Bettany does a great performance. Um,
Paul Bettany's just great.
yeah, he's pretty good. I just love Solo, so a little
Yeah,
bit biased. Next, is this Echo?
it looks like it.
You know, I hate that they brought back Echo. It
Hmm.
like I remember whenever he died in the arc with the Citadel arc,
Hmm.
and that had me heartbroken. And then they brought him back, and I was just like, really? Like, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It before I would have been like great or legend or amazing, but now I'm just
Hmm.
like he's all right, you know.
Yeah. I feel like when I'm watching Bad Batch, I feel like Echo is just like an afterthought. Honestly,
Yeah,
like it feels like we're putting more of a spotlight on Hunter and on Wrecker and all these other guys in the Bad Batch, and Echo just is kind of there. Like it doesn't really feel like he does much, um, which is a shame in my mind. But yeah, I think good.
yeah, he's all right. Like I said, if he had stayed dead, I would be like, dude, he's in great. But
Yeah,
what is this guy's name? He looks awesome. He has a cool hat.
Imbo.
Imbo.
Yeah,
I would put him in good or great. I really love him when he shows up in Clone Wars.
I would say great.
Yeah.
He's such a cool, and he uses that hat as like a discus or like as a sled. Sometimes there's that one episode where with like Anakin and Padme and Clovis, and then Imbo comes in to try and assassinate one of the politicians. I can't remember if it was Clovis or if it was Padme. But then there's like a chase scene that ensues with Anakin
Mhm.
chasing down Imbo, and Imbo uses his hat as a sled and starts like sliding down the snow mountains, and it's really cool.
awesome mixture of a samurai and a bounty Star Wars bounty hunter aesthetic.
Hmm.
Awesome. Um, yeah, but I do love it when he does show up in Clone Wars, just because he always does something cool.
Hmm.
And then for some reason they put Emperor Palpatine down here again
So we're just
as
gonna put him up at goat
yeah. I
because
mean, we don't
one and
really
the
have to
same.
spend too much time talking about him. Yeah, cool character. And then this is another person from Solo. He's leading like
I don't remember her name. Um,
honestly, I feel pretty mad to terrible about this whole plot line.
yeah, me too.
Um, I think the movie could have survived without that stupid plot line, but
Hmm.
and then this is Evan Peel, or
Yes, sir.
dude, I
He was great.
this is I kind of want to put him in legendary. I really liked this guy in the Citadel arc, just because he's
Let's,
like, he just looks like a
yeah.
little goblin dude, but he has this gruff, badass voice, and yeah,
It's
whenever
like
he,
he's like the Peter Dinklage of Star Wars.
dude, fan cast Peter Dinklage is Evan Peel.
For
Um,
real. Yeah, I think Amazing is a good place. And he really does a lot for those episodes that he's in. Like,
yeah, he's not there for a long time, but when he's there, he makes his impact.
oh yeah,
Dude, I would want
amazing.
an action. I would want an action figure of Evan Peel if I could.
Hmm.
Uh, Next is Ezra Bridger, and I hate him in the Rebels show, but I actually really liked him in the Ahsoka show.
I feel
Um,
like, yeah, I was indifferent about him in the Rebels show. Um, I did like him in Ahsoka though. I feel like you could put him at good, maybe great. That's
I
just
mean,
my opinion though.
good feels right. Like I haven't
Yeah.
seen all of Rebels, but I did love Space Moses in Ahsoka. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Next, Finn.
I feel like we
I
have to put him in terrible because there's just so much wasted potential with this character. And like I hate putting John Boyega at terrible, but it's not his fault that the
yeah.
character was bad.
It's a lot like the Captain Phasma one, where it's like it's not the performance's fault. It's not the performer's fault. It's the writing. It's the direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't want to get into the sequels right now.
Yeah. Fives.
Fives. This he might be my favorite clone.
I feel like you have to put him at amazing.
Dude, I love fives. Just look at this character design, dude. I love the ARC Trooper. I love the little hints of red. Yeah,
Hmm.
cool guy.
And the whole thing where he's like exposing Order 66 in the Clone Wars is
Yes,
just, yeah, that was awesome.
such a good show. And then I can't remember his name.
Zeb.
Zeb. I my thing is I hate characters that are I'm the big dumb strong guy. That's why
Hmm.
I hate Wrecker. But
Yeah.
the thing that I do like about Zeb is that he's like the concept design of Chewbacca,
Yeah. I
and
really liked
that's
Zeb. Honestly, I like Zeb more than I like Ezra.
yeah, I would
Because
agree with
later
that.
on, you get into this part where you have Agent Callus and Zeb, like they have a little bit of a rivalry,
Hmm.
and then they get trapped together and they have to work together to survive this thing. Um, and you get a lot of character development with Zeb, and like you hear his backstory, and he's connecting with Callus, and then they become like best buddies after that. And so I really like Zeb. Um, I don't know if I would put him in great. I think he
I
might
think
belong
he's
in good
on.
as well.
I think he's
Um,
on par with Ezra.
yeah, although I do like him better than Ezra.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Next is General Grievous. I feel like great
yeah,
and amazing. I mean, I think
I
he's a
think he
great
would be
villain,
great.
and I love that he collects like the lightsabers of the Jedi that he kills. I think that's awesome.
Hmm.
But
If we were doing like, um, was it the Tartakovsky General Grievous? Is that right?
yeah,
then I think you could put him at amazing. Just like he's so intimidating in that Clone Wars, in those Clone Wars movies. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's not a whole lot that he's really there for. Um, I feel like he gets sidelined a whole lot in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's because him and Anakin couldn't meet until Revenge
right,
of the Sith.
yeah, but he's still a great villain and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, great character design.
Hmm.
And I think this is something that you've said one time that like each of like the villains in Star Wars represents like Anakin's future because like Grievous is like a
Yeah.
cyborg, and Anakin when he becomes Darth Vader, he's more machine than man.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
So they all foreshadow Anakin in some way, whereas like Darth Maul, I mean, it makes much more sense with Clone Wars, where he gets cut in half, and it's his anger and his hatred that fuels his will to live, and so he survives that because he's purely using the dark side of the Force to keep him alive. Um, and then Anakin, like, he gets burnt to a crisp, and he's using that anger and that hatred to keep himself alive. Um, with Dooku, like Dooku falls from being a Jedi into the dark side, and so Anakin, he's a Jedi who falls to the dark side. And then Grievous, like you explained, is cyborg, and so yeah, they all foreshadow Anakin's uh, his future, which is really really cool. Yeah.
yeah, General Grievous is cool. And
Uh,
then this is Hans
Hux. Hux.
Hux.
I think
Yeah,
you put him at terrible or meh.
just just wasn't given a lot to chew on.
Yeah,
Not the actor's fault. They have this guy. I don't even
I
know
don't even
this guy.
remember him. Uh,
I think he was in Rise of
he's
Skywalker.
yeah,
Um, Next we got the Gonk droid.
goat,
Okay,
goat
all right.
all the way.
No discussions. There we go. All right, Thrawn, Legends Thrawns. I would put in goat,
Yeah,
but Disney Thrawn, I think you could put him down to good.
I hate to do that. I I think you could put him at amazing. I feel like that's a good combo because I don't like Thrawn and Legends is so good.
I mean, I would argue that Thrawn and Legends is scarier than Darth Vader,
Yeah.
anyhow, but Thrawn in the Disney canon is just
Hmm.
nerfed. Grand Moff Tarkin.
I would put him at great.
I think he's not there for a long time, but
Yeah.
he does make his impact, and I do love the Citadel arc where we
Hmm.
just get to know him a little bit more, and he's been in like the first episode of Bad Batch,
Yeah.
and he is really good in there. Um, but yeah, legendary character or not
Mhm.
great character.
How many more do we have?
Oh my gosh! Like, look at this! Look at this!
Oh my goodness.
That's why I was saying like this could be multiple parts.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is a good stopping point. I'm gonna have to leave
Yeah,
here pretty soon, so
yeah.
uh,
This we've
we
covered a
knocked
lot
out
of
a
ground.
decent amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this list so far?
I don't think there are any misses. I think if there is a miss, I think they would only be bumped up or down a category.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, like I would probably bump down Echo to terrible maybe or meh just because
Hmm.
I hate what they've done with him as a character.
Right.
I mean, but if we were going off Legends, I would bump up Thrawn to GOAT.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ahsoka, kind of like what we talked about earlier, she does. I feel like she's done all the things that she needs to be in GOAT status, but it's like
Hmm.
she's doing too much, and it's like okay, like the character is being diluted.
Right. Yeah. I think we've compromised really well. Um, yeah. Thrawn is the only one who I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we could move him down to great. Uh,
Yeah, I just the Disney Thrawn is just
yeah,
I don't know. He doesn't hit the same.
yeah. I feel like that's pretty good. Um, yeah, I think we've got a really good list right here.
Yeah, I'm excited to do like a part two. Like I feel
Yeah.
like this is a good list that has just so many characters on it.
hmm Yeah, the more characters I think was a good choice to do.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, thanks for watching our video. Feel free to comment down below which picks you think we messed up or which ones you think we did a really good job in placing.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell us what you agree with and what you disagree with. But
and tell us why. And back it up with, like it's an essay. Write a school
yeah.
essay and tell us why we were wrong or why we were right. Um,
Yeah, who's your favorite Star Wars character? I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by what their favorite Star Wars character is.
yeah, definitely. Um, so yeah, that'll be it for this episode. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.